You know, I don't see why there shouldn't be, things can be funny and blow up too.
Tropic Thunder, best movie of all time. We're gonna blow this shit up. Woo!
We had an explosion that we were doing one day, and it was a pretty big explosion. 90 gallons of gasoline. And we were like all kind of like, whoa, that really blew up. I mean, that's incredible. And our special effects guy was like, yeah, oh, you think that's something? That was 90 gallons. We got 1,600 gallons on Wednesday.
It's beautiful!
We got Mike Minardis, who's one of the best special effects guys in the business, and he's just he really has fun doing what he does. He's a very intense guy, but sort of, it's always with an air of like, you know, he might be slightly insane, but in a good way. He had his own little sort of kingdom in Hawaii that he took over this warehouse complex where he built all the stuff he needed to build, and you know, and then he would make these little videos, and he would show me the video and say, like, this is what you get when you put a little of this, a little of this, and that's a 50-gallon explosion. Here's a 75-gallon explosion. And yeah, I like the 75-gallon explosion. Yeah, all right. He doesn't talk like that at all. I just like doing that voice.
Down there at the bottom is where we have 1,000 gallons of diesel fuel and a propane tank, a 3,000-gallon propane tank and two 500s. That's liquid propane that we're pumping through the lines and into these manifolds down here. So these pipes here are 20 foot long, and they each hold 55 gallons of gasoline and diesel fuel. So it goes 20 feet, then a 10-foot space, and then in between the 10-foot space is these metal pots. Well, those metal pots is what we put a 16-ounce black powder lifter in there and fill that with 8 gallons of gas and sawdust. So when one of these blow up, it throws the gas in the air, then those things blast up, and they help ignite everything, and they give it some height. We have to notify the airport, you know, and the tourists, you know, for helicopters and stuff like that everybody's clear of the area. Crew will be, you know, plenty far back, and we don't put the detonators on until like an hour before we're ready to go, and it's all safe.
When they did the test for the explosion, they had mannequins that were in 50-foot increments from the fireball. You know, there was a section that represented what they were going to be doing. And they had mop string heads, and they had plastic trash bags for a garment. And when you looked at the test, like, you know, about 250 feet away, the trash bags were molten plastic. So it's pretty intense.
I got to see, like 60 gallons, and that looked just like a sea of fire. So 1,200 gallons should look like the apocalypse. Not the movie, the actual end of days.
Okay, you're clear now.
Thank you. Here we go. Roll cameras, please. Action!
We designed the bridge, and then we had it engineered. You know, there's a structural engineer that we sent the plans through and said, look, we want to engineer this bridge so that we can drive a truck over this bridge. And then special effects tried to blow it up.
Blow the bridge! Blow the fucking bridge!
It's basically a real bridge, timber and steel plate connection. So it's not really a movie set. It's not balsa wood. It's Doug fir and, you know, heavy timbers.
So they came in knowing it was going to take a lot of time to prep that for the explosion, and they drilled, you know, 1,000 holes in it.
In addition to the charges that are in the wood, we also have bundles of sandbags with charges in between the sandbags to generate a softer but more widespread effect instead of just a concentrated charge. And that'll lift some of the boards much higher and give us a more dramatic look. And we've added some fireball effect to give it some color. Otherwise, it's just going to be a great puff of smoke and wood flying. So we put some small fireball charges in there to brighten it up and give it some character. The explosive we're using is a binary explosive that we mix on site. It's non-explosive ingredients that are shipped to us because we're on a remote island. can't get high explosives here. We've declared basically base camp, which is like 3,000 feet away, a safe distance. We've done some calculations on the potential fragment velocities and the range they can fly. We're going to be about 200 feet behind a steel plate and under a heavy protection. So we're protected from the falling timbers as well as any flying steel, nails, whatever.
That was crazy. We had about 9 cameras going, including 1 camera up in a chopper. It's also at the end of the shoot of the compound because obviously, you know, once we got to that part and we blew up the bridge, then we couldn't shoot there anymore.
It's going to be great in the film. It looks amazing. It's a very cool bridge, a very cool design. But yeah, it's definitely a little tough to see something you've worked so hard and spent so much energy on literally blow it up in less than 15 seconds.